All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly Oracle card messages for the Zodiac. I will reveal one card from the Shadows of Light Oracle deck this week for each of the signs. Now, you do know that you embody the full Zodiac, so I suggest that you stick around for the full thing and get yourself a full reading, especially if you know your rising sign. Then you can apply the house to each of the signs and get a message for each of your houses in your zodiac. But if not, I will post them each individually tomorrow if you just want to watch your sun, moon, and rising signs. We are going to pull one card for each of the signs, and we are going to start with Leo. Please remember that this is a general reading, so this reading, it should apply to you generally, and generally it should apply to you. So keep that in mind as we go through. And we are going to start with Leo because the time of the release of this video is in Leo season. But if you came across this video any other time, I suggest you watch the full thing because there's a message in here for you from the Shadows of Light Oracle deck. I got this at Goddess Provisions. You can check out Goddess Provisions in the link down below and use the code Mystic Hillbillie at checkout and get a discount if you want. There's all kinds of stuff at Goddess Provisions. And also, don't forget to check out celestialgrove.academy. And I do not do personal readings, so if there's anybody in the DMs or trying to email you, trying to tell you that they're the Mystic Hillbillie giving you a personal reading, it's not me you're talking to. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to scam you, but there's scammers out there and I can't control them. So be safe out there, everyone. I do not do personal readings anymore. It's a process, but you would have to go through that process at celestialgrove.academy. And yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's start reading for Leo from the Shadows of Light in this Leo season and see what comes out for us. So Leo, you got participation, solidarity. So Leo, I really feel like you need to show up true to yourself and others this week. You need to work together in the cooperative sense to find your highest love in life. There's an art, Leo, in knowing how to ask for help and when you need it. The more you reach out and hold one another, the more deeply interwoven you become as a collective. The lone wolf wants to carry the burden all by himself, but does this make him strong or wise? Who is there to celebrate his wins and grieve his losses? Many hands make light work. Together, you can dream a bigger vision that serves far beyond your private affairs. But you have to be willing to show up for the connection, for the good times and for the bad, and to build bridges that unify and uplift from isolation and self-centeredness. Leo, this is a week to reach out. You're being called to reach out. You're being called to use the help that's available to you. You're being called to love and participate in community, the good and the bad. Like, this isn't all good. Like, this, you're being called to reach out, to participate, to show up. You're being called to show up. Show up for others the way you want others to show up for you, Leo. Show up for yourself first, as you always do, but show up for others the same way that you show up for yourself. Be true to yourself. There's that coming through strong this week. And enjoy yourself. For some of you Leos, happy birthday out there. But reach out and really enjoy the camaraderie that is around you, that you have available to you. Enjoy it. And be true to yourself throughout the process. All right, Leo, that's the message I have for you. I hope that it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Virgo, you got divine design. The unknown. You're stepping into the unknown yet again. Virgo, some questions just don't have any answers. There are many things about this reality that you simply cannot comprehend with your mind, but you can feel it though. The search for answers can sometimes take you further away from finding the true sense of understanding that you're seeking for. Sometimes it's the search for answers that keep us from being able to find the answers. Sometimes there's a need to allow the answer to unfold in its own time. Every minute of your life, even the most tedious or terrible, has led you to this flawless moment in time. Our lives are so interwoven that every seemingly inconsequential moment alters the trajectory of all future events. Butterfly effect. Everything counts. You certainly do not find yourself here by chance. Even when things seem empty or misaligned, there's a great perfection to it all. Trust that you are where you are for a reason, Virgo, even if that reason is unclear. Time is going to tell. Let it unfold. For now, try not to overthink and rest in the unknown. Trust me, you want this rest, and I've had to learn the hard way. If I'm getting a divine message to rest, rest. Take that rest. Rest in the unknown. And trust the process. All right, Virgo, that's your message that I have for you this week. If you liked it, hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Libra, you got balance, the juggler. So, Libra, I feel like this is almost a challenge for you. Can you hold it all together? Can you? Let's read about the juggler. The game he's playing is only with himself. Although his balancing act is artful, it cannot last forever. When his attention is split into many different directions, how can he give his full presence to any one? Watch the ball drop first. Which ball is going to drop first? When so much is happening, he can rush on the hamster wheel of busyness while forgetting that he is the creator. Libra, when there's a lot happening, we can find ourselves just rushing on that hamster wheel of busyness while forgetting that we are the creator of our life. When stress mounts and something needs to give, what's going to be sacrificed, Libra? You know something has to go. Often it's your own nourishment or the nourishment of the relationships that mean the most to you. Success means little if you bear the loss of your vitality or of your loved ones. When those balls break, everything else will seem very trivial. So Libra, take a moment to stop, to breathe, and to remember. It's all a choice, and there needs to be balance. How are you managing your energy, Libra? What's calling your attention? All right, beloved Libra. That's the message I have for you this week. If it helps or if you liked it in any way, please hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Scorpio, I can tell that you're building something. You're moving forward. I feel like you've made a decision to create something. For some of you, it's like a decision to create something new. For others, you have begun to build and you're in the process of building. I think either way, Scorpio, you're building something, and you're building something that is inspired, and you're building something that I think will be beautiful. And I don't know, I want to encourage you to love and protect yourself and to allow yourself to take care of yourself through this process so that you can build what you need to build, because I feel like the world needs what you are building. And I just want you to love and protect yourself through the process of that. Because whenever you're called upon to complete a great task, it's your attitude that determines the ease of your efforts. Work can become service when it's truly offered from the heart. It becomes purpose when you feel a deep sense of completeness in return. If you want to see your visions materialize, you must be willing to do what is necessary to transform resistance and focus your energy without destroying yourself in the process. Big work does not need to be hard. Stress is a sign that something needs to change internally or externally. Pressure is a condensation of energy. How you choose to respond to it is the key to harnessing this power. So Scorpio, be mindful of what you are investing your energy into. What are the fruits of your labor, and do you enjoy the fruit? All right, Scorpio, that's the message I have for you. I'm hearing that's it. That's it for this week. So I want to encourage you, though, love and protect yourself through this process and keep on building what you're creating. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me. If this message helps in any way, please hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Sagittarius, you got acceptance, surrender. When you surrender your attachments to how you wish things were, you open to experience things as they are. If you loose your grip and meet life with open hands, you're able to receive and release whatever comes to you, even if what comes brings pain. There's such a beautiful rawness in the heart that is broken open by loss. The depth of your sadness can mirror the depth of your love, your hope, your care. If letting go seems impossible, what does your resistance show you about you? Can you express your desires and expectations and be okay with them not being met? Can you open up to loving someone fully, knowing that someday you will part? How can you make amends with your regrets and release their stories, allowing for their teaching to carry you forward? How much more can you hold if you loosen your grip? Beloved Sag, I'm sending you all the warmth and love in the whole wide world. I hope that you can feel it and you can receive it. This is the message I have for you this week. I hope that it helps. If it does, hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Capricorn, you got worth, the queen. She doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. She knows that she is majestic and deeply deserving of her place. With one raise of her eyebrow, she could look down upon you. But she would rather teach you how to fill your own cup, Capricorn. Wealth is a recognition of the worth of what you're holding. Whatever that is, Capricorn. The admirations of others is hollow when you cannot see for yourself how spectacular you truly are. All the money in the world doesn't equate to the riches if you're lost in discontentment and seeking to fill the void. Worth is felt in your heart when you truly appreciate the value of the treasures held within your being and within your life. It's a deep sense of honoring that naturally becomes gratitude. If we focus on lack, we create more lack. But when we focus on the value of what we have, and we open ourselves to receive more, we can create abundance. Focus on the good things, Capricorn. And don't forget to give thanks. All right, Capricorn, that's your message this week. Hope that it helps. If it does, if you enjoyed it in any way, please hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Aquarius, you got grace. Aquarius, this week, grace abounds for you. Vibrate in and with grace is what I hear first. And choose the beauty way. Every living being has the power within them to recognize the sacredness of this life, to see the inherent divinity of their own body and the earth's body, to cultivate beauty and live in reverence to nature within and around them. Aquarius, you're being called to build a shrine to the essence of the goddess, not to the concepts of beauty that you've been fed by a disconnected society, but to feel the life force moving through you, to acknowledge your own being as an expression of the same divine essence that pulses through all creation. Walk the beauty way, Aquarius. That means living a life as an offering to the highest. It means treating your body as an altar and making your home a temple. Seeing that nature is the Garden of Eden and life is a ceremony and a living worship to grace. So live your life with grace, the beauty way. Choose to vibrate in grace. Beloved Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me for this message today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. Otherwise, keep what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Pisces. So Pisces, we have feeling, sensitivity. Number 20, protect your feelings. Pisces, I feel like this card is kind of like the Five of Pentacles. It's like focusing, or the Four of Pentacles, it's focusing on lack. Pisces, the body is a unified field of instinctive sensations. These abstract waters hold every feeling within the scope of experience from pleasure to pain. The numbing of painful emotions is not possible without the numbing of the whole emotional body. When you turn down the volume on your ability to feel the depths of your pain, you're not able to experience the heights of joy, love, and contentment that you long for. When you turn away from the uncomfortable interactions, you isolate yourself in your own story and avoid an opportunity for healing. Pisces, what is not being felt? What emotions do you struggle to access or express? When you feel overwhelmed, what are your default coping mechanisms and what are your tools for navigating those intense experiences? The more you say yes to feeling all that you are, Pisces, the richer your emotional experiences can become. So Pisces, what's asking to be brought into connection with you? There's a lot of questions in there, Pisces. And I want to go back and read them, but what is not being felt? What needs to be felt, Pisces? What pain are you avoiding? Is it serving you to avoid that pain? Allow yourself to feel it and let it flow. Let it flow so you can let it go. That way you can move towards the joy and the contented life that you deserve. Pisces, you deserve it. I don't care what you say, you deserve it. Feel the pain so you can release it and find the happiness that you deserve. All right, beloved Pisces, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope that it helps. If it does in any way, please hit that like button. Otherwise, Take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Aries, you got love, the mandala 23. Okay, so there's a lot. Aries, I feel like the song is coming through. The song, I dare you to move. I dare you to love. I dare you to move. I dare you to love. I dare you to act on the love. I'm not singing the song. I'm putting other words in with the lyrics, but there's a song that says, I dare you to move. And it's a love song. But yeah, I dare you to move. I dare you to love is like the first thing coming through. And then the other thing is, you know how to love. You know you can love here. I dare you to love. I dare you to show your love. And yeah, move on that love. You know how to love. You know how to love. I dare you to love. So, Aries, if love could speak, what would it say? What advice would love have for you today? If love could listen to all your stories, what would it hear beneath your words? How could love interpret your situation? How would love see the story? If love could see through your eyes, how would it look at the world? How would it see the people in your life? How would love touch others and reveal itself through your actions? How can you love? How can you move with love? How can you see with love? How can you be in love? Maybe this is a week to contemplate that and to move with it and to let the moving with love answer the questions so that you can fully know, and you will know how to love. You will know love. I feel like there's a lot of love around Aries this week. I might want to try to hang out with y'all this week. A lot of love going on. So what is beloved to you, Aries? What is it to be loved? What does it mean to be loved? What does it mean to be in love? What does it mean to be love? What does it mean to be love, Aries? It's a week to open your heart. Let love in, because it's all around you. All right, beloved Aries, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope that it helps. If it does, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Taurus, you got intuition and knowing, and I'm just hearing, you know what it is, Taurus. Keep on going. You know what it is. You know what it is. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you need to sing the song that you need to sing to just keep on moving forward and keep on going, because you know what you're doing. You got this, Taurus. You know. Let the haters hate. Let the haters hate. You are just going to keep on participating. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, Taurus, in the pure presence, all of the answers will reveal themselves. You feel it in your bones and in your gut. Even if it doesn't make any logical sense, your primal instinct is to speak through your body. Wisdom is lighting the path for you. Are you willing to follow her guidance? Tune into the intelligence that your physical body is. Your intuition is speaking through your nervous system. It's setting off alarms in every cell, tightening to embrace and protect you from harm, and relaxing and expanding to affirm your safety. Intuition does not conform to the reasoning of the mind, which seeks to override the deeper knowing of your heart, Taurus. Trust your body over the mind. If your body's tensing up, it's a no. If it releases, it's a yes. It means being brave enough to act from the feeling and allowing for the time to show you the reason. All right, beloved Taurus, trust your body, trust your intuition this week, trust your gut. You'll figure out why later. That's the message I have for you this week. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloved Gemini, you got number 14, benevolence, kindness. The tree does not choose who comes to rest in her shade. She gives her arms and allows her hollow to all creatures indiscriminately. She silently wraps her roots around the roots of other trees to hold them up in the storms. Her roots nourish the birds, which scatter her seeds far and wide to recreate this wonderful cycle of giving. Kindness comes in the simplest of ways, Gemini. Sharing what you have without needing something in return, helping in whatever way that you can, without trying to fix anything, being transparent in your actions, free from ulterior motives, doing what you see needs to be done without requiring recognition from anyone. By being a channel for kindness, Gemini, you become a safe space for others. When you allow your roots to grow deep and entwine with others, you become stronger together. So Gemini, I feel that there is a need to tend to your relationships and to open up and receive the gifts that are being offered to you so that you may create, so that you can spread kindness with the gifts that you receive so that it may multiply. Open up and receive the love and the gifts and tend to your relationships and your roots so that you can create the gifts that will help multiply kindness into the world. Your actions this week is what will help multiply kindness into the world throughout the next year or more. So tend to your relationships and your roots so that you may gain and receive the gifts of love so that you may move forward with your gifts and multiply kindness. All right, Gemini, take the message if it resonates. Leave what doesn't. And if you enjoyed that message, though, hit that like button. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Cancer, you got one. Unity, the sacred paradox. And Cancer, I feel like this is a challenge for you. It's a challenge to unify. You're being challenged to unify this week. And I don't feel like it's a challenge to unify necessarily with others, though that's in there. It's a challenge to unify with yourself. If you can unify within, then the unity will be seen without. But the challenge is to unify within and to not deal with the without until you've unified with the within. If this is making sense, it should. Okay. And the sacred paradox. The unified field of source consciousness illuminates all the colors of the spectrum equally, casting infinite shadows and an intricate web of differentiated forms. Everything held within this field is an integral and inseparable aspect of the whole. And our capacity to relate to life is founded on our ability to experience contrasts. Sacred paradox. In order to feel connection, we must also understand detachment. The necessary companion of movement is stillness. To stand in the light, we have to witness the dark. No aspect of this dichotomy can be removed. It's the sacred paradox. Every thread of your being is woven into this great tapestry of life, and no part of you can be rejected, Cancer. Through your hands, your eyes, your consciousness, you are touching everything, and everything is touching you back. The sacred paradox. In this reality, every action you make impacts the whole fabric of myriad forms. So move with awareness. And as you unify and align within, the unity will come without. As within, so without. As above, so below. You can bring heaven onto earth, but it's your choice, and you must unify within, and you must see the sacred in the paradox. You got this, Cancer. I believe in you, and I'm so proud of you. Keep moving forward. If you enjoyed this message, if it helped at all, please hit that like button. Thank you all so much. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Cancer, you got boundaries. So I feel like you need to protect the soft spot. Like you know that you need protection, and you need to have your protection and kind of like a reinforcement of your protection. Notice where your edges are. Where's the border between where your yes ends and your no begins? And Cancer, if you don't show them how to treat you, how will they know what your true needs are? You have to show them. You have to enforce your boundaries. And boundaries are not static. They're alive. They're adjusting to fit your experience in each moment. Rather than being the point at which you push life away, your boundaries can be the place where you're willing to meet your life. They can create a safe container for you to define what is truly meant for you. Yet, if you never reach beyond your comfort zone, the same borders can place a limit on your potential for growth. So where are the holes in your field, Cancer? How do you state your no? And is it being heard? Are you able to create firm boundaries which protect you from harm while remaining open to receive the good energy that's available to you? You need to be able to open up to receive the love, but you have to protect what's vulnerable to not be destroyed by the hate. You got this, Cancer. I believe in you. It's knowing where the soft spots and the hard spots belong. Some places are thicker than others. There's going to be some boundaries that are thicker and some boundaries that are thinner. And that's your place to meet life. All right, beloved Cancer, that's the message for you this week. I hope that it helps. If it does, please hit that like button. Otherwise, keep what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloveds, thank you all so much for watching this full thing with me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And I pray that Mother, Father, God, and Goddess bless you and multiply you and prosper you and shine upon you with all the love and the grace and the abundance in the world. I thank you all so much for being here with me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, and Goddess, for the divine blessings on those that made it to the end of this video. And so it is. Shalom. Thank you all so much for being here. I am so grateful to be able to bless y'all for making it to the end of this video, because not very many people would watch a video this long, and you guys are the cream of the human crop. Thank you so much. Remember to check out celestialgrove.academy. And as always, be blessed with immense amounts of love. Shalom.